Hi everyone, welcome back to Active Ride Waves. Today, we're diving deep into something that's making waves in the motorcycle world. The 2025 Harley-Davidson Fat Boy Grey Ghost, a limited edition masterpiece with only 1,990 units rolling off the line. This one's for the collectors, the riders who live for style, heritage, and raw presence. If you've ever dreamed of owning a bike that merges legendary Harley-Davidson muscle with an exclusive edge, then buckle up, because this is the one you've been waiting for. So let's get this started. The first thing you notice about the Grey Ghost is the color. It's bold, it's subtle, it's haunting, and that's exactly what Harley intended. The Grey Ghost name pays homage to mystique and stealth. The matte and metallic hues on the tank and fenders play tricks in the light. It's not just grey, it's a layered, living finish. The look changes subtly as light hits the contours of the steel. In person, this bike doesn't just turn heads, it stops time. Now, let's talk numbers. The 2025 Fat Boy Grey Ghost is priced at $25,499, and given the extremely limited production of just 1,990 units globally, it's already being hunted by collectors. Many dealerships are reporting reservations, and yes, it's moving fast. This isn't your average factory release. This is a bike that'll appreciate in value, especially if kept in pristine condition. But come on, who's buying a Fat Boy to keep it locked away in a garage? The Fat Boy has been an icon since it was first introduced in 1990, and this limited edition model honors that legacy with 1,990 units, a one for every year since its inception. It's a thoughtful tribute, and it shows Harley-Davidson is still very in touch with its roots, even as it pushes the boundaries of modern cruiser design. Under the tank, the Grey Ghost packs the Milwaukee-Eight 114V twin engine, which cranks out a satisfyingly brutal 119 feet-to-pounds of torque at 3,000 revolutions per minute. That engine is a powerhouse, and on this frame, it delivers smooth, linear power. You twist the throttle and the world blurs just the way it's supposed to. The exhaust note is deep and refined but still aggressive. It's not trying to be loud just for the sake of it, it's a calculated, throaty growl. Like a lion in the dark. You feel it in your chest. Now, while the heart of the bike remains true to the modern Fat Boy platform, the attention to detail is where this edition stands apart. From the hand-applied pinstriping to the exclusive serialized console badge, Harley-Davidson didn't hold back. Each bike is individually numbered, so when you own one, you're holding a piece of Harley history. That number plate isn't just a gimmick, it connects you to the legacy of the brand in a personal, permanent way. Riding the Grey Ghost feels special. It has the classic Fat Boy stand cielo slung, wide, and muscular. The 240mm rear tire and 160mm front give it that unmistakable beefy look. You don't ride a Fat Boy, you command it. And this edition just feels even more dominant, like it knows it's something rare. The 18-inch solid disc Leicester wheels are painted in a satin chrome that complements the grey beautifully. They're thick, bold, and unmistakably Fat Boy. You see this bike coming down the street and you know it's something different. Let's take a moment to appreciate how it handles. The Grey Ghost might look like a brute and decisive, but on the road, it surprises you. The low center of gravity gives it great balance at low speeds. And thanks to its show dual bending valve front suspension and preload adjustable rear monoshock, you're getting a plush but controlled ride. City cruising? Effortless. Long highway runs? It devours miles like nothing. Whether you're bar hopping downtown or tearing across the desert highways of Arizona, this bike adapts. What I personally love about the Grey Ghost is that it brings back that feeling of old-school Americana muscle with a new school fit and finish. The ergonomics are tight. Forward controls give you that stretched-out riding posture that cruiser fans love, and the wide handlebars offer excellent leverage. Add in that comfortable solo seat, and you're good for hours. But make no mistake, this bike was built to be seen just as much as it was built to ride. You don't blend in on this thing. People stop and ask questions at gas stations. You get nods from other bikers on the freeway. It starts conversations. And Harley didn't cheap out on tech either. While this isn't a touchscreen-loaded touring bike, it comes with the essentials: LED lighting all around, keyless ignition, ABS standard, and a clean, analog-digital combo gauge that sits proudly atop the tank. It's minimal, but stylish. It keeps your eyes where they belong on the road. Let's circle back to the design, because I can't overstate how dialed in this paint job is. Grey Ghost isn't just an EMEA, it's a vibe. This isn't a flat, lifeless gray. It's got undertones, depth, and just enough metallic flake to catch sunlight. There are darker accents along the edges of the fenders and tank that create a subtle shadow effect, almost like smoke rolling over the bike. It's sinister without being flashy, elegant without being boring. It's stealth wealth for motorcycle lovers. Another cool touch, Harley-Davidson included subtle nods to the original Fat Boy from 1990. If you look close, the tank emblem carries that classic disc shape, and the rear fender tip is a slightly modernized version of the old-school bobbed look. It's heritage modernized. Now, let's talk riding experience a little more. This bike weighs in at around 699 pounds in running order. But thanks to the balance of the frame and the low seat height at just under 26 inches, it doesn't feel unwieldy. New riders might find it a bit much at first, but if you've got some experience, it's surprisingly manageable. The torque delivery is linear, not jerky. You twist, and it pulls smoothly. It makes you feel like a badass, without punishing you. Fuel capacity sits at 5 gallons, and with average fuel economy around 47 mpg highway, you're getting good range for a cruiser of this size. Harley didn't sacrifice efficiency for aesthetics here. Something else to note for the custom-minded riders out there, this bike is a canvas. Sure, it's limited edition, but that hasn't stopped folks from adding slip-ons, tuning the AQ, or even upgrading the front fork to something more aggressive. But truth be told, the Grey Ghost is already dialed. Most people are buying this one to keep stock or close to it, preserving the exclusivity. But hey, your bike, your rules. Let's also talk about what kind of rider this is for. This isn't necessarily your first bike, it's your next bike. This is for the rider who's already fallen in love with Harley, already understands the language of chrome and torque and heritage. The Grey Ghost is for someone who wants more than just a bike, they want a statement. A limited edition ride that says they appreciate craftsmanship, collectability, and attitude. This isn't for someone who wants to blend in. This is for someone who walks into a bike night and gets asked, "The broken bar, is that the Grey Ghost?" And that's what Harley's banking on. They've done limited editions before, some flashy, some forgettably, but this one feels different. It feels timeless. It feels like they took the soul of the original Fat Boy, dropped it into a modern frame, and dressed it for a noir movie. It's a bike that whispers instead of shouts, but when it speaks, people listen. Let's not forget, 2. That 2025 marks 135 years of Harley-Davidson history. So releases like this are part of a bigger strategy celebrating legacy while pushing forward. The Grey Ghost isn't just a marketing gimmick, it's a nod to every rider who's kept the Harley spirit alive, decade after decade. Now let's talk maintenance and ownership. Like most Harleys, the Fat Boy Grey Ghost benefits from a massive aftermarket and strong dealer support. Parts, accessories, and service are widely available, and if you treat this bike right, regular oil changes, proper winter storage if you're in the north, and some Bulka, it'll last you a long time. Resale. Almost guaranteed to hold value because of the low production numbers. Especially if you keep that numbered badge intact and avoid major modifications. So let's zoom out for a second. Imagine this bike in your garage. Early morning sun bouncing off the tank. You fire it up, that V-twin shakes the air, and you roll out with nothing but open road ahead. People see the silhouette, the thick tires, that low muscular stanza, and then they see it, that ghostly gray flowing under the sunlight like liquid metal. And they know. This isn't just a Harley. It's the Harley. The Grey Ghost. And honestly, for $25,499, you are getting more than just a bike. You are getting a piece of living, breathing motorcycle history. One that rides like a dream, looks like a legend, and feels like a rebellion. You are not just joining the Harley family, you're becoming part of a very exclusive club. Alright, that's it from me today. If you liked this deep dive, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more rides, reviews, and road adventures right here on Active Ride Waves. And if you're lucky enough to get your hands on a Grey Ghost, let me know in the comments. I want to hear your stories, your first rides, and your plans for this beautiful machine. Ride safe out there, chase the horizon, and remember, it's not just about the destination. It's about the ride. See you in the next one.